Oh my gosh, this was awful, actually. So, story time while we're trying to figure out where the frick I'm walking to. So back in 2017, well, yeah, it was traumatizing to her. It was awful for me, too. It was awful. It was awful for both of us. It really was. So back in 2016, my sister and I, we had a friend that we tragically lost. And around the time of his funeral, she started dating his brother, and this guy, he had a massive crush on her and all that. And I felt really bad that I was like, she now started dating his brother after he passed. And right around the time that she started dating him, weird stuff started happening in our house. Like, he passed in 2016, and then 2017, when she officially started dating his brother, like, things would just disappear, lights would like flicker, you know, we'd randomly hear like footsteps in places. You know, it's just, you know, the standard stuff you get when you have a standard haunting, you know, very normal stuff. That was pretty cool. And it'd been going on for about 2 months that we'd get that. And my sister and I, our doors were across from each other in this hallway. Like, we'd go down a hallway. There was like, if we're going down a hallway, this is the hallway. Like, there would be a door here, our bathroom door here, her door there. Well, technically, bathroom, her door, so you can look down the hallway correctly. And then my door was right about here. So it was in between the bathroom and her door. And we would be up, we were awful people. We were up to like 2 a.m. just doing life stuff, just hanging out, whatnot. And it got to a point, like after 2 months, she started going stir crazy because neither of us were sleeping. We were both being kept up from doors slamming, lights flickering, steps, but only the two of us were hearing it. Our parents weren't hearing it in the basement. It was only us two who were hearing it. And I don't know why the frick I got dragged into this. I really don't. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't. I swear. I solemnly swear I didn't do anything wrong. But after a few weeks, me and her were trying to figure out, like, we were drying sage, we were figuring out what we needed to do to like cleanse the area. We didn't know who was haunting us, we didn't know what was going on. Like, they were not welcome. Thanks to what was going on, they were not welcome. And so I was like cleaning, it was like February, March of 2017. I forgive you, Hannah. When this was happening, I was doing spring cleaning in my room, like dusting everything, reorganizing my room. Screw that. And I was standing in my doorway because my bedroom had this really weird like nook in it, because it was next to another bedroom, and its closet like protruded out in my room, and then my closet was connected to it. So I had this like really weird like nook that like, it literally was like that, and then my doorway was right here. So I was organizing a shelf I had going on right there, and like I heard something call my name. Lightly, I heard my name, like just like in the back of just like, Eriss. Hey, Eriss, come here, please. Like, I was hearing that really lightly, like it sounded like it was coming from downstairs, but it didn't sound like anybody who lived in the house, you know? And so I was like, okay, that's cool. I guess we'll figure that one out. So my grandparents gave me this Mickey Mouse snow globe that they got when they were in Europe. I don't know why they got it in Europe, but they got it when they were in Europe. And I was dusting it, and I set it, and all I remember in this situation was I set it down on the bookshelf, like literally like if my arm was a shelf, I literally set it down, and then everything went black. Everything went black. And for me, it was like that, and then I was standing in the hallway in my sister's door frame, like pushed up against her door frame, and I was glaring at her. Like, I felt enraged. I felt furious for absolutely no reason. I do not know why. I was enraged. I had never been that angry in my life, and I don't know why. And my sister looked horrified sitting in our bed. And she looked at me. She's like, why the frick would you say that? She's like, why? And she started yelling at me. She's like, why do you think that was okay to say? She's like, you should never speak to me that way. I'm your sister. And I just looked at her. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, how did I get? I was just in my room organizing my shelf. 45 minutes passed. I was out. I blacked out for 45 minutes. And whatever happened in those 45 minutes, like, terrorized my sister. And, like, I just felt my skin crawl. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to bed. And I just went in my room, slammed my door shut, turned my lights off. I lit a bunch of candles. And I just sat in bed, like, trying to, like, cleanse my room, like, do a spiritual cleanse of my room with these sage candles I had. And, like, I was just so uncomfortable. It was horrifying. And the worst part is that's not the end of the story. That's not the end. That was the start. That I got ghostified. I got possessed for 45 minutes by this ghost. They used my body for 45 minutes and I screamed at my sister for 45 minutes, unaware that I was possessed. It was awful. And it was terrifying. It was I was traumatized over that. And like, after that, me and my sister decided that we weren't going to be sleeping upstairs because they leave the basement alone. They've been leaving the basement alone this entire time. So we figured if we sleep in the basement, we'll be fine. And so we decided to sleep in the basement and we slept down there every night for 3 months. Like, we're now well into summer and it's been haunting us for 3 months. We'd go upstairs, we'd get dressed in our bedrooms. We would go back downstairs and like do our schoolwork, do everything downstairs. Like, we lived in the basement because we were so traumatized by upstairs. I was terrified about getting possessed. She was terrified about me getting possessed. She was terrified about whatever this ghost could do because clearly it was angry. And the thing is, we both knew who the ghost was now. At this point, we knew who it was. We knew it was our friend who had passed away in 2016. He was haunting us because he wasn't happy. He was furious about what was going on. And so one night, Mother Fricker did it again. I was sleeping on the couch one night. It was like the middle of June at this point. I was passed out on the couch. I don't know how the frick to get up there. And quite literally, I woke up just, I literally was like sleeping on the couch. I literally sat up and I just had the overwhelming feeling that I needed to sleep in my bed. And I was like, no, I don't need to sleep in my bed. And I laid back down on the couch. And that's why I paused actually, because of the scorpions here. And next thing I know, I woke up in the middle of it this time. I became self-aware in the middle of it. And I woke up to myself walking down the hallway, holding all of my pillows, all of my blankets, my phone, my charger, and a glass of water, unable to stop my own body as I was walking to my room. And then, next thing I know, it was the morning. Well, that night, my sister had her own visit. She didn't get possessed. No, he decided that he was going to rearrange our patio furniture just outside of the window she was sleeping underneath. So she hears the scraping of metal frame furniture on concrete slabs, and she looks out and sees all of our stuff moving out our window. Like, I cannot not believe in ghosts at this point because of all this crap that's been happening. And literally, it was just all of our furniture just moving around, shuffling around. And the following morning, she went upstairs, she shook me awake. She's like, what the frick? She's like, why did you leave me? You weren't supposed to leave me. We agreed we were going to be sleeping. We were going to be sleeping in the basement together. And I said, I don't even know what happened. I fell asleep in the basement and here I am. And she's like, that's not a good enough excuse. Like, you agreed. And I said, no, as in I didn't have a choice to do that. And she took me outside. Our furniture was where it belonged, except for there was heavy grade, like lines in our concrete, like scrape marks of like someone putting 400 pounds on our furniture and just across the concrete that wasn't there the day before. Oh, frick. Seriously, where is this place? Yeah, so we got heavily haunted in our own house by our friend who had passed away. And you know what the solution was? She went so crazy. She didn't go clinically insane, but like she was being driven so mad by this that, what the frick? She ended up breaking up with her boyfriend at the time, who was our friend's brother who had passed away. And when she broke up with him, the haunting stopped. It all ended. It all went away. He was haunting my sister out of pure anger for dating his brother when she wouldn't date him. He wasn't even friends with his brother until after he passed. And so when my sister broke up with his brother, he was at peace and he moved on, left us alone. Absolutely atrocious. Mother fricker, man. But yeah, it's like that's a scarier ghost story. And also why I can't use a Ouija board with my sister.